Well, hey there, everybody. Look what the mailman brought, or not the mailman, I'm the mailman. I had to go to Walgreens to get this because they could not deliver it to my address. They had to deliver it to the Walgreens down the street. Go figure. But this is the 1970s gems, A and B. Also got some other things to present as well. Figured I'd throw it all in one mishmash video and see what we got. So first of all, let's get the things open here so you can see if we're thinking about getting the gem set, or maybe we're undecided. This is what they look like when they come in. Notice more Strat rubber bands. How nice. Let's get that out of the way. All right, so we got the Strat diamond gems. And when I saw this on a video, or not a video, but somebody talking about it earlier, said that they had these books that came with it, which I thought was pretty decent. Here they are over here. Okay, so we got Series B and the regular diamond gems and Series B. So the diamond gems, the first one, it shows who the carded players are for each team, a suggested lineup and a rotation, gives you some ballpark effects, tells you a little blurb about the team itself. Same with the next ones in line. Pretty much for all the teams that's going to do this. I guess I'm seeing it for the first time as everybody else is. I'm just so happy to get this because I was supposed to have gotten it on Thursday, and then FedUp/FedEx didn't seem to want to cooperate, so I finally had it delivered to the Walgreens store down the street and was able to pick it up from there. So that's the Diamond Gems 1, and the same thing with the B, it's the same thing. And the reason I got both is because a couple of the World Series I wanted to be able to play, and you had to get both sets to get it. I'm sure it was a marketing employee by Strat to do that. 71 series, I'm sorry, the 79 series, 72 series, and 75 series. So anyway, that's the Strat Diamond Gems. Of course, the cards, I'm not going to take the time to open them all up and everything, but that's just part of the 79 Pirates right here. The way I store my cards, and people do it different ways, but the way I store them is in these coin envelopes, and there's different sizes. There's number 6 and number 7. Now, if I was getting it, when I get the Strat sets, or when I used to get the Strat sets for the season with the extra players, I felt like I had to get the number 7 coin envelopes to make these fit. But with these having 27 per team, they'll fit easily in the number 6 coin envelopes. So I'll, take the time to do that and get that all squared away later on. And once they're in the envelopes, 99-cent special at Walmart to store them. Just put them in here and just drop the envelopes in there like that, and I'm good to go. All right, so that's that. Next thing I want to talk about was Payoff Pitch, where I just got the 2019 set, and I'm getting ready to set up for my first game, which is Cleveland and Minnesota. But I wanted to talk about the player cards. The one little thing they added to this year's cards, and that is, let's look at Tyler Naquin from the Indians. Let's look at Tyler Naquin. And we see on Tyler Naquin, it gives a blurb of a time frame right here. It's saying he was on the roster from March the 28th to August the 30th. Now, it's possible and probable that he may have been injured or in the minors in between this, but this is the start date, the first day he appeared, and the last day appeared. So, right away, he did not play in September. But, you have to figure out the rest of it after that. As usual, cards, excellent quality card stock. They got the colorful to tell you where the wheelhouse and the patient and the tough are. You notice the left-right splits are there. Now, with the pitcher, my one gripe with Payoff Pitch, and the gripe I have with the pitchers, let's look at somebody like Trevor Bauer. Let's look at Trevor Bauer's card. If you look at Trevor Bauer's card, they're rated with the 2 through 12 there to give you tough, patient, ballpark, and so forth. But there's no distinction between lefty and righty. In other words, if Trevor Bauer was really tough on right-handed batters, it's not reflected in the card. So what I would like to see, and I just took an old combined total card from 1969, what I would like to see them do, and I'm sure they'll never do it, but I mean, it certainly could be done, is when they print these, is to draw a line right down the middle and have a versus left and a versus right, and have different characteristics, tough and whatnot. Maybe there's more toughs on the versus right than there is versus the left. Just something, and it doesn't have to be for every pitcher. It could be for the guys that have extreme splits. That's kind of what replay baseball does. If a pitcher has extreme splits, like if you play it's not going to fly now because of the 3-pitcher rule, but back in the day, like in the 80s and stuff, you had those guys that were lefty reliever specialists that were really tough on left-handed pitchers or hitters. They should be reflected on their card. It's just my opinion. That should be reflected on the card. In fact, there's a relief pitcher for the Dodgers, came over from Tampa Bay. His name escapes me at the moment. I think it's Kolarek. I think it's his last name. But he specifically was brought in the NLCS to face Juan Soto every single time because he's a tough competitor against left-handed batters. So much like the players have left-right splits, I'd love to see Payoff Pitch, eventually at some point do that. I don't think it'd be that hard to do. You could kind of cut the font size down just a hair, and if you had to shade something, you could shade something, maybe a la Strat, have a blue and a red, or whatever they wanted to go with. I don't know. But just wanted to show that is something that my wish list for Payoff Pitch. It's really a great game, but much like my inside pitch rant, when I find something I like 98%, I try to get it to 100, and that would be the way for me to make Payoff Pitch up to 100. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the History Maker Baseball fictional set, Baseball America. It's become like a ritual for me. This is the third, maybe the fourth, I think it's the fourth year. I think I started in 2016. It's the fourth year that I've done ordered the History Maker Fictional Baseball America set. And of course, the fun with that is you can create your own teams, create your own nicknames, create your own schedule, pretty much do whatever it is you want to do. And hey, Glenn, how you doing? So the return of the Ticonderoga Stooges on Team 12 this year. Team 12 is my Ticonderoga Stooges. Hey, Derek, how you doing? I'm just happy to be able to go live. I mean, it was so long that I couldn't do it, and now I can. I feel almost vindicated. So anyway, I'm not going to show the whole thing because you don't want to see all that mess. But anyway, they give you the records of the teams, and Team 12, my Ticonderoga Stooges, have a suggested win-loss 85 and 77. That's what Keith thinks. I guess if you play a whole season, that's what their record would be. There's some teams in here that are way down, like 54 and 108, and there's one that's really good, 105 to 57. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this yet. I don't know if I'm going to play all 12 because that's kind of time-consuming. I may do a Tenacious Earl-like, not do 10, but maybe pick 8 teams and do like a Grateful 8 kind of thing and just pick 8 teams and do a random schedule with that. I don't know. But they're going to be playing at Lone Star Financial Field. And let's look at their lineup or the team. True Jones is an addition made to the team. He is a semi-hero, semi-slugger, semi-home run king, and he's eager. So a new addition to Team 12, which is the Ticonderoga Stooges. Next guy, Manny Infante, was on the team last year. Most of these guys were on the team last year, but there are some new ones. Chuck Van Deventer, never heard of him, but he's a home run king, which is always good. Like to have power. Pete, boy, the names on these are kind of, they'll get you every time. It's half the fun trying to pronounce them. Pete Buenrostro, I guess. He's a semi-goal catcher, which is good. He's not much of a hitter, but he's a semi-goal catcher, and in the game of History Maker, goal catchers can really help you out. The other catcher, Solomon Horn, not very good, so he's going to most likely be the backup. Josh Bell, not the Josh Bell that's in Pittsburgh, but Josh Bell. Look at that card. Semi-champion, hero, slugger, and patient. He's double active and semi-gold and a semi-icon. So talk about a prolific guy. Usually he would be a leadoff guy, but I think with this kind of power, may have to, well, I don't know, he's double active. It's kind of hard not to lead him off, so we'll see. Rafael Roquemore is there before. Anibal Rodriguez, that's the A-Rod that he used last year, the other A-Rod. Cameron Segan's a utility guy, but he's got some pop. Bill Hemond. Vaughn Smith. Gus Fontenot, one of the Fontenot brothers. And then we get to the pitchers. Monty Gillen, not very good, is a semi-struggler. Adam Gorman is new. He's a lefty. He's got ace with double control, which is really, really good. Deshaun Johnson, not too great. He will be in the mop-up duty. Benito Maestas. Eric Mayo, tough right-hander from last year. Tino Rodriguez, a tough lefty from last year. Cody Breck, not very good. Gus Groover, a new guy, but not very good. Sonny Haskins, he's a lefty semi-ace with double flash. That could be good. He's a new addition to the team. Christian Mercado was not on the team last year. Louis Orozco was not on the team last year, but he's an ace with double flash. Good deal there when you get those double qualities. And Rex Dooley, tough lefty reliever. So that's the makeup of Team 12, this team I'm going to be playing, which is, for the second year in a row, it is the Ticonderoga Stooges out of Ticonderoga, New York. And their motto is just say Mo. So I just wanted to show that. If you want to see, I might, I don't know, what do you guys that are watching, do you want to see some of the Diamond Gem sets, or would you rather see, a game of Payoff Pitch? I mean, I don't know what you guys would like. I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm in between getting off work and getting ready to go to church at 6:30 Eastern, so I probably got about a half hour. I think probably not enough time to play a game of Payoff Pitch, but I did at least want to show the cards and show how that new addition of having the time frame when the players are active and not be on there. Let's look at the Diamond Gem set. Let's go back and take a closer look at that, and maybe I'll look at the write-ups a little bit closer. Let's look at the 1972 Oakland A's, for instance. Let's kind of focus and drill down on them and see what the write-up says. It says, this season culminated in the Swinging A's' first of 3 consecutive World Series and the first franchise since 1930 Philadelphia. Underdogs to the Reds and without injured star Reggie Jackson, the A's needed all 7 games to win a series where 6 of 7 games were decided by only 1 run, including all 4 Oakland wins. This team thrived on pitching with a .258 ERA during the regular season. Every pitcher with at least 100 innings had an ERA of .293 or below. Top performers, Catfish Hunter, 21-7, 2.04. Ken Holtzman, 19-11, 2.51. And Blue Moon Odom, 15-6, 2.50. Joe Rudy hit .305 to lead the league. Reggie Jackson, of course, with 25 homers and 75 RBIs. He did not play, so there's an interesting what-if scenario there where you can play him in the World Series, much like in '75, you could play Jim Rice because he didn't play. And then Bergkamp and Ayers had 52 steals. These are the carded players, which I was really interested in. And I'm glad to see that they, had some guys that came over after the trades for the World Series. Matty Alou, Gonzalo Marquez. They were both big pinch hitters. Well, Matty Alou was a right fielder because he had to take over for Reggie Jackson. But Gonzalo Marquez was definitely a big pinch hitter for that team. And let's see. They didn't need a whole lot of pitchers. You notice they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They only got 9 pitchers. That's probably all they are going to need. And it's nice they have the ballpark qualities in case you wanted to play super advanced. It gives you those qualities as well. Let's see. Is there anybody? Let's look at 79 Orioles. 79 Orioles. After 4 seasons trailing behind either the Yankees or Red Sox, the Orioles' stellar 102 wins paced the American League. In Earl Weaver's last pennant-winning team, the Orioles were led by their pitching. Their team ERA of 3.26 was over half a run better than the second-place team. Ken Singleton led the offense with 35 home runs, 111 runs batted in, finishing up as a runner-up to MVP voting. Gary Renicky and John Lowenstein excelled in platoon roles in left field. The Orioles left fielders collectively hit 37 homers and drove in 90 runs. So Earl Weaver was big on platoons. So if you try to play a 1979 game in a you know, something like basic Strat or in APA or something, anything basic that doesn't do the left-right splits, you're missing the boat on this on those left fielders, because to try to put Lowenstein against a lefty is just criminal, and it's not, you know, that's not realistic. All right, so look at the players they had. Pretty much standard guys there. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pitchers. Don Stanhouse, the one that stands out, he was the full pack, because Earl Weaver, they used to say he would smoke a full pack of cigarettes in the time that Stanhouse will walk the bases loaded and strike everybody out. So pretty nice little thing there on the Diamond Gems. And for whatever reason, I guess they still don't know any better, they send you rubber bands, and of course anybody who's been around, you know, Strat-O-Matic for any length of time would tell you, don't rubber band your cards, because it's really going to you know, hurt them in the long run. So let's look at one of the diamond sets. Let's see if I can find the right one here that I'm looking for. 79 Pirates. Look at the 79 Pirates. Why don't we? And this is the 70 Orioles over here. So let's see if I can get this open without messing up any of the cards. All right, let's take this thing off here, and let's count out what we get for the Pirates. Well, you get the 9 pitchers here, 9 pitchers here. One thing I will say about these is the paper stock on these does not feel as good. Do not feel as good as the regular Strat cards, and the regular Strat cards are not that impressive. Let me see if I can, do I have a Strat card? Let me pull a Strat card nearby, and we can compare the quality of the cards from the regular Strat set to this Gems set. So let me pull out something from 2015 so that I can compare and see if they're the same or not. So I'm going to take one of these cards and separate them so I can compare the card quality. Somebody had mentioned on one of the Facebook posts that the 62 set had bad paper. I don't know. But these are the two here. Actually, about the same. So I guess I'm so used to playing the or using the Payoff Pitch and other games that have more sturdy cards that when I get to the Strat-O-Matic things, it kind of seems flimsy to me. But that's just the way it is. All right, so we got the 9 pitchers there, plus we got the 3 pitchers on the bottom. So they're giving you 12 pitchers for the Pittsburgh Pirates We Are Family. They're giving you 12 pitchers to choose from. They're also giving you 9 batters here plus 6 there. That's 15. So you're getting 15 and 12 is the breakdown. Some sets you only get 9 pitchers, but you get 16 players or 18 players. I think you're supposed to get 27 per. So we shall see. And then I'll show you. They come apart pretty easy, but if you're not careful with it, you can tear these things. So it's really good to make sure the perforation is where it's supposed to be. And there is a method to my madness. So I get these all broken down, and I'll put them in an envelope and show you how I store them. People have different ways of storing them. Let's get the rest of these out here. Okay, so separate this picture. So let's first of all, let's get the pictures out of the way. So Colby, Grant Jackson, Jim Bibby, Enrique Romo. Oh, got more to separate right here. And again, I'm doing this in a hurry and hoping I don't mess anything up. All right. I didn't think I'd even get to this point because, like I said, FedEx had problems. And I thought they would either lost my order or who knows what to it. So I had to go down to the local Walgreens. I didn't even know Walgreens had that kind of thing where you could pick up FedEx, but I can tell you right now, if I have to order things, if anything has to come FedEx in the future, it's going to Walgreens. That is for sure. because the FedEx driver apparently cannot find my location for whatever reason. Don't know why. Okay. All right, so there are the Pirates of 79. So there they are. And then what I have is my old Fleer baseball cards, I've got some stickers. So I need to find the Pirates sticker and get their sticker so I can put that on the envelope, assuming I have a Pirate sticker. That's maybe an assumption I shouldn't have made. There's got to be a Pirate sticker in there somewhere, doesn't there? I'm gonna feel pretty stupid if there's no Pirate. It looks like there's no. Maybe I've got one in another area somewhere because I'm not seeing a Pirate sticker. Oh, there. Well, that's the wrong Pirate. So that's the logo they have in the 90s. I was looking for one of their logos from earlier, like in the 70s. Don't see it, so I guess I have to forego that. But I'm gonna put those in the number 6 envelopes because with only 27 cards, you don't need 7 envelopes. So I'm just gonna put on here Strat Gems 1979 Pittsburgh. And then all I do is slide them right in. And then, like I said, the 99-cent special at Walmart, just plop them right in here. And then that way they fit comfortably and I can get all the diamond gems in there, both A and B. So I'm not going to bore anybody with the rest of that, but that's just the first opening, I guess you want to call it. And I am going to be using these for lots of things. I got to get the White Sox play out of the way and get that complete so I can move on to bigger and better things, because I got things I want to do with Payoff Pitch, and I got things I want to do with Inside Pitch as well, and History Maker. So I got a lot of stuff to try to do little mini projects on. But the diamond gems are going to allow for several things. First, it's going to allow for World Series matchups, and then also, if I want to, and I'm thinking about doing it, bringing back May Madness. And hey there, Appa, Brian, Derek, and Rob. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Trying to get when I was in the Army series of projects. That sounds interesting. There's a lot of different ways to do projects. I mean, it just depends on what floats your boat, and you know, when you were growing up, if there's certain players or teams that caught your fancy. I'm not sure how well it's showing up on my video, because when I go live, the quality's not as good as when I do recorded. But just wanted to also go back to the Payoff Pitch and just show how good these card qualities are for these player cards. I can't even compare them with Strat, it'd be a joke. But you can see they're nice and colorful. And like I said before, it was giving you the start dates and the end dates that they appeared. Now, I'm not saying that they appeared, on the roster the whole time. It could have been injuries in between, but just tells you that who started when. So if you don't have the rosters or transactions or whatever, you can at least find out who started on opening day, because you could tell who started in March or not. And in case somebody missed it earlier and came in late, I was making a spiel about the only downside I had to the Payoff Pitch cards was that the pitchers are not rated for lefty-righty the way the batters are. So I'm thinking they can take their basic card here, make a line down here, put verse left here and verse right here, and give alternating chances. Not for every pitcher, but just for the extreme guys, just like Replay Baseball does. Not sure what else. I really didn't have a whole big spiel to go over, just a lot of mishmash. I was hoping to get all this stuff last week, but of course FedEx had other ideas, and it just happened to turn out that I got the Payoff Pitch on Saturday, the History Maker set on Sunday, and then these today. So it kind of, everything came at one time, so to speak. If you got any questions of me, I'll be happy to answer them. As far as if you'd like to see something on one of these sets, maybe a game, a World Series game with one of these gem sets, or if you want to see something from Payoff Pitch. I just did the 89 Oriole game on Inside Pitch yesterday. I'm pretty much, in fact, I've already got the score sheet filled out and ready to go for the Payoff Pitch game between the Twins and the Indians. This is the opening day game from March 28th. So I'll probably play that at some point. Don't know exactly when, but I'll play it at some point. Since I got these, my first task is, I guess, is to break all these down, put them in the envelopes, and then figure out exactly what I want to do with them. I know a couple things I want to do is play those World Series matchups, like the 72, 75, and 79 World Series. That's probably my first go-to for that. But if you've got the gems set, you know, let me know what you think of them. I haven't tried them yet, so let me know what you think of them. It's 27 players per team. You can play them in advanced, super advanced, or for those that like the basic, of course, you can play them on the basic. But here we got the 78 Yankees, and let's look at the card for you-know-who, Ron Guidry. Ron Guidry, 78, was 25-3 with a 1.74 ERA. So if you look at his card right here, interestingly, he gives up some home runs. Kind of surprising on that. His 2 and 3 column, you might as well not touch him. But column 1, he can be had in column 1 against righties. Now against lefties, not so much. Against righties, column 1 can get him. Column 2 and 3 against lefties and righties, he's pretty tough. So kind of interesting that they had that. I want to see, I'm kind of curious to see the Reds, if they're in this B set or in the other set, because I really want to see. Oh, the Red Sox are in here. Okay. Well, the Red Sox can be interesting too, because Fred Lynn had trouble hitting left-handed. They had some guys that had trouble hitting left-handed pitching. So I'm really curious to see how they're rated. Let's see here. Yeah, Fred Lynn and Dwight Evans was really good against lefties, not so good against righties. So Fred Lynn, he's got a fair amount, but his column 1 here is loaded against right-handed pitching. So I didn't want to take a whole lot of your time, guys. I just wanted to kind of, I was just so happy to get it. I didn't know what to do, so I said, why not do a video just for the heck of it, and talk about what's coming up and things to come once I get the White Sox project. The White Sox, by the way, the last game I played, they actually won when I switched over and used orange dice to give them some karma against Texas. Now they proceeded to lose the next 3 games against Kansas City, so they're kind of falling on hard times. Next video I'll do will be Game 4 of the Kansas City series, and then they'll be taking on Seattle, so maybe they can get some wins against Seattle. Right now I think I'm on Game 107, so we're winding down to 162. Once I get to about 130, 140, then I'm hoping to get that going really well, and I won't say be done with it, but it's one of those projects that you really want to finish so that you can get on to other projects as well. Now, getting back to the History Maker, let's get back to that for those that are joining late. I did get the Baseball America set, and my Ticonderoga Stooges will be back for another season. And some of the teams have relocated. I haven't figured out names for all the teams yet. Team 1 will be the same, the Saginaw Brouhahas, playing in Biddy Bear Park, which I think makes sense. Playing the Brouhahas in Biddy Bear Park makes sense. The Muncie Ball Busters are back. And let's see who else is back. The Golden Sombreros from Golden, Colorado are back. The Roswell Space Cadets are back. The Waxahachie Gauchos are back. Let's see who else. The El Segundo Sun from El Segundo, California. The Eugene Lumberjacks. For Dave S., the Nova Scotia Schooners are back. The Rocky Mount Aces are back. And let's see, I think that's all. I think the rest of them, the other teams I got to figure out names for. Like I said, it comes with 12 teams. I doubt I use all 12. I probably will pick 8 and do an 8-team league. Or 8, not a league, but like a tenacious type schedule. And just to get some just some exposure to all those teams. What I most likely will do is play all the teams once just to see who's on those teams, and then take the ones that seem like are the most fun to me. All right, so like I said, not a whole lot going on. Just wanted to put that out there that I'd gotten all this stuff. I feel like it's a little overwhelming. I kind of wanted to space this out, but the Postal Service, well, more than likely the FedEx guys, had other ideas. So I did leave them some negative feedback, and I did get an email back from somebody at FedEx apologizing and giving the normal, we apologize for the inconvenience, blah, 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 blah. So at least somebody heard my gripe. And again, I really enjoy these, or think that these coin envelopes are the way to go, holding Strat cards. Again, you can see the difference between the envelope 6 and the coin envelope 7. For the gems, you only have 27 cards. This should be fine. But if you get a full season with extra players, you really need the number 7 coin envelopes. They're not that expensive. I got mine I think I bought them online at Walmart. Got a whole big box of them for not that expensive. For History Maker cards, these plastic baggies, I get a pack of 200 of those or a pack of 100 of these for $2. So I try to go as cheap as possible because like everybody else, I'm on a budget. So this is my entertainment budget. So hopefully I can get some good use out of that, and I have an understanding wife that gives me time to play and enjoy my hobby. So that's kind of it from here. I'm gonna have to get ready to get some dinner and get going to my next destination where I have to go. I just got off work and got home about 4:45. Stopped by Walgreens and got the gem set. So I think I'm going to pack the rest of the gem set up, and then when I get back this evening, I'll unperforate them, put them in their envelopes, and figure out what exactly to do with them. So probably be a video either Tuesday or Wednesday of something, either the Strat gem, the gems, the White Sox replay, something from the new Payoff Pitch, or something from the new History Maker. I haven't decided exactly yet what to do. So I do appreciate you guys stopping by, taking time in your busy schedule to stop by. And I'm not sure how good the quality on this video is because, like I said, when I go live, sometimes the camera is not quite as clear as when I do recorded. But just wanted to put that out there and also test my live again to make sure I can still do it. Make sure that other one wasn't just a fluke. But apparently I've done whatever YouTube has asked me to do as far as verifying accounts and all that kind of good stuff, and they are now apparently allowing me to go live, which is a decent thing. So, but the problem is most times I can go live at night. My Manic Monday is going to have to be a recorded because I'm working. I can't go live at noon on Mondays unless I'm off that day, which is not all that happening there. Thank you, Appa Brian. Appreciate that. Like I said, it's not anything dramatic. I kind of just wanted to show off a lot of the things and for the different game products. I do put rubber bands around the Payoff Pitch because their cards are so sturdy. It's not going to really hurt them. I do like the addition of having the dates on there. I think that's really neat how they do that. And like I said, these are by far the best quality made cards in the industry. I mean, you can really beat these things around. They're serious card stock on that. So shout out to Payoff Pitch for their quality of their cards. Of course, we know Strat's kind of flimsy, but they're more for the information than they are for the quality of the cards. Hey, Al, I'm glad you stopped by. I'm getting ready to finish up here. I did get the Diamond Gem set. The FedEx people finally delivered it to me from at my local Walgreens. I was able to pick it up. So, and I did order the Diamond Gems 70 regular and B. Figure to pay for shipping, I might as well get both sets at one time, and that allows me to play, World Series options and whatnot. Thank you, Dave. Like I said, the White Sox are kind of going on hard times right now. They're running a 3-game losing streak. It seems like when I play them on the computer, and I let the computer roll the dice and everything. They seem to not do so well. When I play them myself, rolling my own dice, they seem to do much better. So maybe there's some kind of bias in there on the PC. I don't know, but maybe it's just the way it's been going. Of course, they've been playing tough teams too. They've been playing Texas and Kansas City. So once they finish this game with Kansas City, they got to go to Seattle, and hopefully they'll be able to do something against those Mariners, who are not that great. All right, so that's going to do it from here. I'm glad everybody had a chance to tune in. If you tune in later, that's great too. Like I said, it's not a whole lot going on. It's just showing what finally came in the mail. I was so frustrated over the weekend. I was supposed to get these things on Thursday, and I finally got them today on Monday after 2 false alarms saying they had been delivered, were going to be delivered, and then turns out FedEx says, nope, it's pending. So I wish Stratomatic would use either UPS like they used to, or use regular mail, because these Payoff Pitch cards were mailed later than these cards via regular U.S. mail, but they got here before these did. So don't know what to tell you on that one. Maybe it's just a glitch. Maybe FedEx just doesn't like where I live. I don't know. But they did deliver it. I think it got there at 3:30 this afternoon, and I picked them up on the way home from work today around 4:45 and got them. So got to get ready to go to church. Got to be there at 7. So I don't even know what time it is right now. I don't have the camera in front or a clock in front of me, but I know it's getting dark outside, so it must be getting close to 6, if not, a little after 6. So I need to get going so I won't be late. And like I said, probably on Wednesday there'll be a video, because I probably won't have time tonight to make a video. But probably Wednesday. Hey, Big Clue, how you doing? So probably on Wednesday, I just got to figure out what video to do. I kind of really want to get that White Sox replay done, but then again, when you get a new toy, sometimes you like to play with the new toys. So might do a Payoff Pitch game, or might do a game from one of these gem sets, like a World Series replay of 75 or 79 or 72. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Like I said, I'm just so happy I can go live. I didn't know I could do that. I just kind of tinker around with the settings, and all of a sudden it showed up. I could go live. For so long it told me I couldn't, which is why I was doing all those premieres. 6:02. All right, thanks, Al. Thank you for the time update. Like I said, I don't have a clock in this room where I'm looking at. There's the clock in the other room. It's not near me. So I do appreciate that. I do need to grab a quick bite to eat before I leave. I need to leave here about 20 minutes to 7. So I've got about a half hour to grab something to eat and get the dog straight, the cat straight, and get ready to go. So I appreciate you guys checking in. I'll be doing something on Wednesday. If you want to leave a comment on this video, I'd be more than happy to do so. If you have a preference of what you would like to see on Wednesday, would you like to see one of the gem sets games, World Series games? Would you rather see opening day game between the Twins and Indians on Payoff Pitch? Would you rather see the Ticonderoga Stooges on the History Maker Baseball 2020 Baseball America set? Or would you rather see the next game in the White Sox replay? I mean, that's a couple options right there for Wednesday. Just let me know in the comments, and I'll be checking those out. And if I get one that's, more votes than the other, then I'll go that way. If I don't get any votes or very few votes, then I'll just, think of something to do. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoys their Monday night. If you're a wrestling fan, of course, you get Monday Night Raw, which I used to in the day. It's kind of gotten crazy now, so I'm not really sure how much I do like it. I mean, I'll tune in just to tune in for the heck of it, just because it's so much a part of my past. But a lot of times I will fast forward. I'll record it and then watch it later and fast forward. So anyway, my wife's calling in, so I got to go. This is very important. I got to take her call. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all down the road.